Posters are an effective marketing strategy that grab the attention of viewers. Used correctly, a creative poster design for product or service, events, and other business developments can convert viewers into potential buyers. Stick around to find out my top tips on creating an effective poster. What's up designers, welcome back to Digifrog Designs. If you're new here, I'm Matt Roberts, brand identity designer and illustrator. Today we're going to be taking a look at a video requested for by Rick Bissell, and that's how to create an effective poster design. When it comes to marketing a product and service, event and other business developments, posters can be an effective strategy to reach your target audience. But depending on how effective your poster is, it can massively impact the viewer's conversion. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 5 tips for an effective poster design to help your next design be a knockout. Before we get started, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We post new videos every Wednesday, helping you become a better designer. If you can't wait until next Wednesday, why not join the new Facebook community to join in on the discussions? I'll drop a link to it in the description box below. Tip number 1, make it easy to read from a distance. One of the main jobs of a poster is to catch people's attention. Key information should be easy to read from a distance. When working on the design, it can be useful to break down all of the information into 3 distinct layers: the headline, the details, and the fine print. The headline is the largest and main text element in the design. It could be used on its own or in addition to an art element. It could even be the art element. Choose something that's readable and draws attention. Next, the details, such as what, when, and where. What information does somebody need to know, and what is it you're asking of them? Provide the details in a concise manner as not to overpower the viewer. And a good rule of thumb when it comes to font size is half the size of the main headline. Lastly, the fine print. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's normally the stuff like you see at the bottom of movie posters or promotions. Keep it small and out of the way. By combining these elements into layers, you can increase readability of the poster from a distance, maximising its effectiveness by utilising the space effectively with relevant information. Tip number 2, use contrast. Contrast is so important in creating dynamic and attractive designs. Contrast helps attract the viewer's eye by adding visual interest into the design, but misused, it can often have the opposite effect. Using contrast can help reinforce an idea by defining hierarchy of the elements in the design. There are a number of ways that you can introduce contrast, whether it be font size, font weight, colour, even the size of the elements in the design itself. Using these can help create a focal point and establish hierarchy of importance in the design. Using contrast correctly, you can draw people's attention to certain areas without actually telling them that's where they should be looking. Using contrast leads on nicely to tip number 3, use of negative space. Make use of negative space in the design. Negative space is the empty or open space around an object or element. By effectively using negative space, you can allow the viewer to effortlessly evaluate and appreciate the design without being overwhelmed by things being cramped and squished together. The key factor is that they don't have to work too hard to appreciate the design. By having a healthy balance between great negative space and intrigue, it'll entice the viewer to spend extra time looking at the design. Negative space has a huge impact on the composition and how your work will be received visually. When a design doesn't have enough negative space, the design, even though it may be simple, will look crowded and complicated. And a great way to maximise the use of negative space is tip number 4, using grids. Grids are a great way of keeping your design structured and keeping consistency in the design. Regardless of the content you're using, whether it be typography, illustrations, or imagery, utilising grids can help give your designs the breathing room they need. Grid systems provide constraints for the layout and visual organisation. Type and grids work well together, and having a strong grid in your layout can help make a type-heavy layout appear neater, helping improve legibility and readability of the copy. Another benefit of using grids is it allows you to balance your designs easier. With dividing the design into a certain number of columns, the layout starts symmetrical, making it much easier to judge which side of the design is overpowering the other. And tip number 5, use a call to action. The goal of any poster is to expose people to something, and if you don't tell them exactly what action they need to take, they won't know how to respond. Whether it be inviting them to something, booking tickets, visiting a location, even getting in touch. Think of it in the same way you would a website and how you give it a high level of priority in the design. The main difference being in website design, the call to action can be something quite simple like sign up or call us, but on a poster the call to action is often event information or a contact point. Once you know what viewers are supposed to do when they see the poster, then you can design a call to action to suit. And we're going to finish things off with a bonus tip. Use an awesome printing technique. If you're getting the poster printed, it might be a good opportunity to explore what printing options you might be able to incorporate into the design. Something like spot UV, letterpress, and foils can add a little something extra into the design. Normally printing techniques like these are safe for higher end projects as they can drastically alter the price of printing, but depending on the budget, it could be good to explore. Thanks for watching, designers. If you like this video, smash that subscribe button, give it a like, and also don't forget to ring that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Share this video with your friends on social. It really helps me reach more people, educating them on building better brands and showing them what actually goes into designing them. And shop the merch to support the channel and show you're part of the DFD crew. I'll catch you next week, designers.